Hello, everyone. Welcome. This is Trebor7. It's September 7th, 7 o'clock. Time for the monthly live stream. Hey, I'm going to go over and check the chat real quick and make sure you guys can see and hear me. So if you can see and hear me, let me know in the chat. Changing banners, comments. Oh, we already have comments. Here we go. Zach says, hey, Trebor, watching from Jacksonville, Florida. Welcome, Zach. So glad you're here, buddy. What else we got? Zach says, saw the title for this stream, and I was like, okay, this is going to be especially good. Well, I don't know if we can top last week. That was pretty cool having Jeff on here. We need more people in the world like old Jeff. Logan says, hey, Trebor, I've been watching your videos for 10 years now. Holy moly, dude. Thank you so much. Good to see you, and thanks for joining the live stream, man. Appreciate it. Logan or Robert. Yeah, a.k.a. Robert. And UAP Implication says, I hope you will agree to participate in a sci study with the Division of Perceptual Studies at the University of Virginia. These are real parapsychologists. All right. What does Kara Vogue? Hello from the Ozarks. Hey, I got relatives in the Ozarks. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. This guy, Saskar. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say your name. Hello, Trebor. I've been watching your videos for some time now, and it's really a pleasure to finally be a part of your love. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of the live stream, man. I appreciate you being here. We're just going to start calling it the love stream. How about that? I can see here. Thank you so much, Jack. I appreciate that. All right. We are up and running and things are working loud and clear. Hello from Germany. Whoa, it's 2 o'clock here. Hey, thanks for being here, man. I appreciate that. International live stream we got going on here, people. That guy's watching. Hear you very well. Thank you very much. And Ponder 13 is back. Happy to be here. Happy to have you, my friend. No way. Orphan Red is here. Hi, Orphan Red. Thanks for being here. Great topic at treborseven.com. No doubt, man. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. Let me swap out the banners. Did I make one? Thought I did. Doodly-doo, doodly-doo. There it is. Okay, show that. Get rid of the welcome banner. Hide that. All right. So, first of all, let me say the inspiration for this video, and in fact, I might even go as far as to say I'll dedicate it to this guy, was inspired by an email, which I will read for you now. Hi, Trebor. My name is Andre, and I've been watching your videos for about a year. Not much luck learning telekinesis. I can barely turn a psi wheel, but I recently saw your spoon bending tutorial, and guess what? I can do it! Exclamation mark. I'm so excited. I know it is real because my older brother, who is way stronger than me, can't bend it around in little loops like I did. It was so easy to bend. It felt like rubber. I'm going to buy some more spoons and make a video. I will send you the link and maybe you can share it on your channel. P.S. You should re-upload that video so new subscribers can find it. Thanks for making that spoon video. Well, thank you for sending that email. I appreciate it, Andre, and congratulations on your success. Yes, and I've been saying that from day one. Psychic abilities are abundant, and everyone can do at least one. I'm sure of it. So maybe if you're not having luck with telekinesis, try the spoon bending thing. You got to mess around and see what you're good at. So about 10 years ago, I uploaded a spoon bending video tutorial / demonstration, and I haven't ever really revisited it, but I do keep the spoons, and I have a bunch of these spoons. Here's one here, right here. I use this one when I make ormus. It's really hard to see. Let me see if I can get it in front of the light. But the loop is so tight, you can't even you can barely see a pinhole of light through that thing. And I don't know if you've ever tried bending a spoon. And I wish I'd have brought the other ones. I got them down at the house. But that's not easy to do. And you certainly can't do that with just your strength in your hands and fingers. So this is a great way to test your psi abilities. And before we go too much further, I am just going to, or we are just going to watch that video once again. I think it's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 minutes long. And I may pause if I have something to add, but uh, just in case you haven't seen it, and based on Andre's recommendation of re-uploading it, this will be a great way to share it again without really having to uh, upload it again. Or I might make it into a cool clips later too. But let's just watch this here video. Make sure I got volume. Hey, what's up, guys? It's treborseven, and I want to, if for some reason you can't hear that video, please let me know in the chat. Otherwise, let's get to a little demonstration and talk about spoon bending for a little bit. Spoon bending is just another form of psychokinesis, and there are several different manners you can go about doing this. If you're really good at this, which I'm just kind of getting into it right now, if you're really good at this, you can do it with just your mind only. And unfortunately, that's not the demonstration that I'm going to be showing for you today, but I wanted to talk to you about spoon bending because it's something we can all do, and and prove to yourself firsthand that this stuff is real. Now, of course, you don't want to be bending the spoons out of your own cupboard, or at least not too many of them. But actually, the first time you spoon bend, it is good to use a spoon that you've held and had in your possession for a long time. It's easier. But for practice purposes, I'm just buying these cheapos from like the Dollar General store, 3 for $1 or something. And they're fairly thin, as you can see. They are stainless steel, and just using brute force, you can't do what you can do whenever you put your energy into the spoon and use PK, psychokinesis, to bend the spoon. Now, I want to show you, first of all, I'm just going to take the spoon right now and try to do what I normally do when I'm spoon bending, just using brute force to see what results I can get. Sorry, I was muted. Listen to my knuckles pop as I try to bend this thing. Listen close. Okay, as you can see, I can turn it, but it took a lot of strength. I don't know if you could hear my knuckles popping and everything. It kind of hurts your hand a little bit. Look how wide that curl is as compared to one where you use psychokinesis. Stuff, but you can bend it, but you can't get a tight loop. Well, it's really hard to get on camera there, but you can't get a really tight loop. It's really wide. You can see how wide that gap is. Now, whenever you put some energy into it, it loosens up quite a bit and gets warmer. And it's all about timing. And sometimes it might take 30 seconds to get your energy into the spoon and get everything warmed up and feeling like it's ready. And there's just a split second that it works, and it just turns, I'm not saying it turns to butter, but pretty darn soft. I mean, it doesn't take much force. You can just twist it right around. Feels like rubber, doesn't it, Andre? Just whoopity whoop. And I had a heck of a time trying to do it on camera because I'm, thinking about other stuff. And what you really have to do is just focus on energy flowing through you and through the spoon, and then just relax and don't think about bending and don't think about anything. Really just let the energy flow in through out this hand and into your other hand through the spoon, back and forth. That's just so true with all the psychic abilities, based on my opinion. Don't try, don't think, don't concentrate. Just be an open vessel, just let it flow. And there'll be like a sense of knowing, and you'll just feel it starting to get soft. And that's when you just need to kind of snap yourself out of the trance, bend it straight down. So when you're holding your spoon like this, bend it straight down, and then you just start twisting. And you'll feel it'll start stiffening up towards the end when the metal's no longer soft. And that's when you're done. Don't just keep forcing or anything. Just let it do it. Like I said, it's just a little 2 or 3, maybe even a 2-second window there that it actually works. So I was going to show you some of my spoons. These are a couple fails. This is how far you usually get if it's not working. I'm going to switch to full screen so you can see the little demonstrations are just up in the corner there. I didn't really actually do a demonstration video of this. I just kind of included some demonstrations in it. But I'm going to go full screen so you guys can see it better. You can see I didn't get much out of that. That's my first attempt on camera. This was my second attempt on camera. No go, lame-o. And then I've done, I don't know, I've probably done maybe 10 of these, but this was the very first spoon I ever bent. And of course it wasn't done on camera, and it was straight out of my cupboard. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but it's considerably thicker than the spoons I'm demonstrating with. And look how tight that curl is. I mean, that's not something that can easily be done by hand, with, especially with a spoon of this caliber. It's a pretty heavy duty spoon. Granted, it's still just a teaspoon, but it's a lot thicker. I'd say it's twice as thick as these other spoons I've been bending. Here's another single loop. You can see how tight that is. That's not something easily done with just brute force. I can't do it anyway. That's the spoon I'm holding right now, the one I just showed. Another single loop. This one's got kind of a corkscrewing effect. I don't know if you can see that very good, which is darn near impossible with the hand, with brute strength. And here's a nice, interesting one, like a 1.5 twister. That'd be good for sipping soup. Okay, here's a 1, 2. This is a double, but man, is it tight. Look how tight those coils are. And that one, I remember doing that one. That felt pretty darn easy. I mean, hardly any strength at all required. And here's a double loop with a corkscrew end. And twisting metal like that, I mean, that's darn near impossible. Even if it's heated up, or if you got, you know, maybe if you got needle nose pliers and a vice grip or something and did it really carefully, you could do something like that. But this is just a simple way you can prove to yourself that everything is energy. And by focusing our intentions into any object or person, we can influence it. And there are a lot of different methods. I'm sure you probably heard of Uri Geller, and I've seen all these guys on YouTube that are showing how to do this and whatnot. And one way to tell, one way to tell if you're actually spoon bending or not, you'll see these guys or gals, some people, that are bending right here where the handle meets the bowl, and that's the weakest point of the spoon. So if they're doing it right there, you know, and twisting around, that may or may not be spoon bending. But if you can find the balance point of the spoon, that's the beginning. That's where you want to curl, and that's where you want to focus your energy. And some people focus, you know, like heat into it, and some people use white light, and some people just caress it and imagine it turning soft or getting hot and easy to bend. And some people do a lot of mind chatter where they say bend, 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 bend. I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do this, guys. But the way I do it is I just kind of bring in energy through my crown chakra, and I envision it as white light. Use whatever color you want, but I feel the warmth and the white light run down my neck, my shoulders, and down my arms and into my hands. And when it gets to my hands, I let it run into the spoon, into this hand, and then back out of this hand, into the spoon, and back into this hand, and just back and forth, until I feel the spoon starting to get weak. And like I said, there's just sort of a knowing about it, a sensing that, like a sixth sense that just kind of kicks in, that just says, hey, it's ready, you know, it's hot, it's warm, it's soft, it's ready to go. Or another method I used was setting a timer, just taking a small clock like this and setting a timer for about 3 minutes and just put energy into it. And sometimes that sudden distraction will, you know, give you the perfect opportunity to just stop and bend when you hear the timer. So it's just something you guys could try. And like I said, you know, don't bend up a bunch of your good spoons and stuff practicing. You might go to the store and buy a 6-pack of spoons to practice. All right, happy spoon bending. It's Trebor7, appreciate you watching. Good day, God bless, and namaste. All right, sorry. I was muted and I didn't have myself back on screen. Woo, I'm out of practice here. All right, so that was the video Andre was referring to. It's an 8-minute video. The link to the video is in the description there if you want to revisit that. But yeah, I've had a lot of comments on that. I remember, I don't remember the names, but a lady said her and her mother were both able to do the spin bending thing, and it's the only psychic ability they discovered. Now that, like again, that was 10 years ago, so hopefully they've discovered more by now. But yeah, I'm glad you sent that email and brought that back up because I had almost forgotten about that video. And not everyone can do telekinesis. I think telekinesis is one of the coolest psychic abilities. I don't know that there's a lot of use for it other than the things it teaches you about yourself and the world around you, but it's fun and people want to do it. But maybe that's not your cup of tea. Maybe this spoon bending thing is, or maybe it's ESP, or maybe it's whatever, clairvoyance, something, So keep messing around, man. If you haven't discovered a psychic ability that you're good at, you need to keep looking because there's one out there. All right, let me go back to the comments to see if we got any new comments before we mosey on. Okay, here we go. Ponder. This is probably the first time I've ever heard someone say psychic abilities produce results than physical strength. Say psychic abilities produce results then. Not sure I follow you on that one, but okay. Orphan Red says the way you're describing it is exactly how it works for me. It goes soft for a flash. Yeah. It's a very small window, and if you rush it or if you're late, you'll know because it won't bend. Thanks, Orphan. Ponder, better results. Ponder says, so don't force the energy, let it flow. Yeah, I haven't found any psychic ability that I can force, make happen. It's always a relaxed, empty, open, not trying type effect. Can you bend spoons even faster today? Honestly, I haven't tried it forever. I thought about trying it this afternoon and I didn't really have time to do such a thing. But yeah, I may revisit that because that was a good feeling. And the first time you do it and it's spinning around like flimsy old rubber or something, you're thinking, what in the heck is going on? Spoons are not that soft. Aislinn says, I try it later. Yeah, do it when it's quiet time, maybe late at night. That's when I like doing psychic abilities late at night when your mind's kind of shutting down already and you're getting those brain waves slowed down. Great video. Thank you. Great comment. Ponder, would you say all energy manipulation is a subcategory of telekinesis? Um, no, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't say that. Hi, Trevor. I've been watching you for 8 to 9 years. Man, we got a lot of long time followers on here tonight. Thanks for being here, GXXD Evil. Been in and out of the practice, but always part of any moment being present and taking care of my energy. What do you think is the best practice way? Um, I don't know, that's kind of a broad question, or I don't know what we're talking about, but in psychic abilities in general, just get your mind, body, and spirit cleaned up and balanced. And, I always say psychic abilities are a side effect of self mastery. So get yourself fit, physically, mentally, and emotionally. And that's a great way to start practicing. Um, like I said, I don't know what you're practicing, but if it's telekinesis, start with something really lightweight, like a tiny piece of foil or paper, and try to set your workstation up for success. Don't make it hard. Don't start trying to move a pencil or something heavy. Make it something really light. Again, I've said it all in my tutorials. Revisit my tutorials if you're talking about telekinesis. I think I've got 6 tutorials on that. And then we got treborseven.com for some private tutorials, almost 3 hours worth of videos you can't find anywhere else at treborseven.com for the low price of $17, which pays for keeping my websites online. And my YouTube channel is non-monetized. So that's the only form of income I got for support is treborseven.com. So if you could join that, I would really appreciate it. Who else we got? Do you ever use 2K on your lower Dantean? I think the lower Dantean is where the energy comes from because I feel a tickling in there sometimes when my target moves or right before my target moves. Have you tried bending something else like a screwdriver or something of that sort? No, I haven't. That's a good idea, though. If I get back into the spoon bending and everything is going good, I'll try to step it up a notch for you, bud. All right, great comments. Keep them coming. I'll be back to check on those in a moment. What else can we do today? Let's do joke of the day. Then I think, I don't really have a lot planned for this live stream. Just hanging out. I'm hoping that you guys are being cool and chatty and keep me busy on the comments section. So if you got any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the chat. Let's do joke of the day. What is it? Oh, the frog joke. I have to say it was great having Jeff on last month when I told a joke because you get to hear someone laugh. It's kind of like not so cool telling jokes when you can't hear or see anyone else. He's like, every joke seems like a dud because there's no laughs. But this is a good joke. It's an oldie, but a goodie. I hope you enjoy it. All right. So there's this old man and a younger guy fishing, and a frog jumps in the boat. And the frog says, "Kiss me, and I'll turn into a beautiful princess and fulfill all your fantasies." And the old man just picked the frog up and stuck it in his pocket. The younger guy said, "Hey, didn't you hear what that frog said?" He said, "Oh, I heard, but I'd rather just have the talking frog." Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, me too. Those princesses, they are high maintenance. I would avoid owning a princess any chance you get. What else we got here? Let's put some of these clever streams. Oh, let me hide joke of the day. Move to this one. Boom. There you go. I dare you to read that one. Okay. So, yeah, spoon bending. I think I pretty much said everything that needs to be said about it in the tutorial. But I think the main thing with spoon bending is, like I said, getting yourself, calm and relaxed and just counting on your intuition to let you know when the go point is. I think that was the hardest part. Every time I failed at doing spoon bending, I think it's because I was rushing it. It was never because I was too late. Just wait and wait and wait. You'll know the moment is right. And I would love to hear other comments on your experiences. I know lots of people out there have learned how to spoon bend watching that video. But it's just been so long that I don't hear much about it anymore. So yeah, that's probably my main advice. And I think it's probably wise to start with those thinner spoons like I practice with and work your way up. Um, if you start with a great big heavy spoon and you can't do it, A, you've ruined a decent spoon, and B, you're going to get a little frustrated. So uh, that'd be my advice on that. Oh, on a lighter note, I've got an email from Ricky Espadez, aka Mad Cat Sphere, who used to be my co-host, who's been on hiatus. He moved and had some things he was dealing with. But he thinks he may be joining us again, hopefully as early as next stream. So, Ricky, if you're out there, we miss you, bud. Come on back. He's got some cool videos on his channel that I'm going to save until he returns so we can get the inside scoop on it. But he's been doing some pretty cool stuff on his channel. That's Mad Cat Sphere on YouTube. Look him up, Mad Cat Sphere. All right. Let's go back to the comments. I'm running out of things to talk about. Doodly doo, doo doo. Where was I at? We tried bending something. Okay, here we go. I really appreciate your answer. I'll check any way of supporting you in the near future. I appreciate that, man. A thumbs up, share the video. I never say that. That's so shilly, but yeah, that's one way. If you don't have money, just maybe share the video or something. Do you believe in Jesus? I think so. It's not really a topic I like to talk about on live streams. I always wonder if you use Taoism practice cultivation for your demonstrations. Like when you say channeling energy from your crown chakra, does it require opening the channel and the Dantean feeling? Yeah, I've kind of gone into that into detail on treborseven.com and my tutorials. But yeah, and I don't get too specific about, names of the chakras and all that type of thing. But I do feel energy coming in through the crown, cycling through all the way to the root and then back up to the heart. And once it gets back up to the heart, that's usually when I feel like it's time to project the energy. And one of the key things to projecting energy beyond your body is relaxation. Again, being tense and trying and all that stuff. That's just going to block it. That's what that's going to do. UAP, do you think there is a relationship between altered states of consciousness and ability to perform PK? I have heard of people with good results under the effects of psilocybin. Um, yeah, to a certain degree. Yeah, I think so. Um, it's you're reaching a empty is the word that comes to my mind. You're reaching a state of no thoughts, and that's when psychic abilities. It's sort of like if your glass is full, there's no room for anything else. But if your glass is empty, you're going to catch whatever falls. So yeah, I was just trying to be an empty. It's definitely an altered state of consciousness when I'm performing psychic abilities. I'm curious, Trevor, what would be the biggest, most interesting thing you'd like to accomplish with TK in your life? With telekinesis in particular, I don't have huge goals. My main goal was whistleblowing, just letting know the world know that, hey, it's real, and then sharing what I have to let other people experience it firsthand. That's really my biggest goal, was just to, you know, demonstrate it to people, teach them how to do it, and let them find out experientially that it is real. I wish I could levitate a car or all that kind of stuff too, but let's be realistic here. Hey, Rob, how is everything? Everything is good. I'm a bit late. This is an interesting topic. Can you please explain spoon bending again? No. But when the stream's over, you can go back and watch it. Or there's a video, there's a link to the video tutorial in the description of this video. You can go check it out on your time. It's about an 8-minute video, and I don't want to replay it because everyone's already seen it. Um, I'm a fan of Mad Catz Fear. Good for you. Yeah, me too. Ricky's a good guy. And this guy has got some heart emojis. Hey, thanks, man. Much love to you. Would you say normal stress from life, like work, relationships, etc., can negatively affect your psychic abilities? That'd be a hard yes. You got to get that stress out of your body, man, and out of your mind and out of your emotions. And a good way to relieve stress is meditation and focusing on improving yourself, be it intellectually, physically, emotionally. One of the greatest ways to improve yourself emotionally is to help someone else. Love something, give and receive love. These are great things, man, for your emotions, for your mind. Learn something new. We get set in our ways and we think we know what we need to know. But there's always more to learn. Open up a can of worms, go down a hole, learn a new instrument, learn a new language, do something that challenges you intellectually, and that will definitely help on the psychic ability part. Getting the intellectual part of your brain and the intuitive part of your brain are two different things, but if one's too weak and the other's too strong, things don't work out so good. So keep a nice even balance. There for a while, I was living in my right brain and just kind of lost touch with physical reality altogether. So now I'm kind of leaning more towards the intellectual side. I don't spend a lot of time doing psychic abilities, so I'm not exactly balanced, but I know that that is very important part of being psychic is balanced mind, body, and spirit. Bro, when you get a chance, try TK on the lower Dantian, good intentions and good vibes. All right. Good evil. We're having a good time. And you guys watch Dusty Slay? He's a good comedian. Dusty, come on my stream, man. Let's make fun of psychic abilities or something. I know he's not watching, but that would be totally cool. Dusty Slay, check him out. He's a good, clean comedian. I like comics that don't use a lot of filth and cuss words. Not that I'm all highly above all that stuff and don't resort to that sort of thing. But I think you can be funny without being dirty, or derogatory. And Dusty Slay does that. I love Dusty Slay. He says it all the time. We're having a good time. He doesn't ask people, hey, are we having a good time? Because he can't risk it. He just says that we're having a good time. I'll start saying that now. We're having a good time. My cyber seed, is fasting beneficial for your abilities? It is beneficial for your body. And since mind, body, and spirit are the recipe for psychic abilities, that would be a yes. And a good routine that I was on, not so much the last 3 or 4 months, but before that, the first Monday of every month, I would do at least a 24-hour fast, sometimes 48-hour, depending on the situation. Uh, when you don't live alone, when you have friends and family, sometimes fasting is not that easy because eating is sort of also a social event. It's a time when the family gathers and not only feeds your stomach, but feeds your heart and your mind. So fasting at my convenience, I used to always do at least once a month, do a 24-hour fast, drink nothing but lemon water. And I think I took my vitamins usually, but as far as eating, I never ate anything. Haha, great answer. I'll definitely check it out. I love the quick no. Haha. It made me laugh. I already forgot your question. What was it? What did Ultra Haze? Let's go back and see what Ultra Haze asked. I'm a bit late, listener. Can you please explain that? Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't trying to be rude, but we got to consider all these other people. I mean, we got teens of people watching who don't want to see that video again. What else? He says, I found your channel recently when I somehow discovered cloud busting. Oh, man, I'm glad you said that. That is another great psychic abilities that a lot of times people that can't do telekinesis can still do the cloud busting. And I need to revisit that too. Good call. I'm glad you brought that up. And wanted to find info on the phenomenon, which was tricky because I didn't even know what it was called. Yeah, well, I assume you found my cloud busting video, and hopefully you've tried it. That is totally cool. I think the clouds are kind of like, I mean, they're water, obviously, but they're also very spiritual, almost like Ormus or something. They're very, very responsive to your intentions. Ponderer, do you visually see energy? For me, I see sparks very rarely, but I can't be sure if it's just in my imagination. When years ago, when I was a part of the Avatar Energy Mastery, I guess, teaching staff or whatever you would say, yeah, I could kind of see energy and see auras. Again, that's a certain frame of mind you have to be in. And yeah, who can say if it's your imagination or not? But yeah, I think you can definitely see energy. And people say they can see my energy in my videos, which blows my mind because I can't. All right. I think we're caught up on the chat Rooski. What are we going to do now? How much time we got left? Okay, we still got another 20 minutes or so. I know what we can do. Let's go. Let me get rid of this one. Remove from studio. Present. I think we're just going to go do a search for some spoon bending on YouTube. YouTuber. We'll search for real spoon bending on the YouTube. Boom. All right, make sure you guys can see what I am seeing. Yes, you can. All right, here we go. Live search. I'm not really into shorts. Maybe we can preview this one, see if it's worth watching. He's got all right, it's a short. He's doing the old rubby thing. Let's go have a look. Oopsie. Can't do it that way or you guys won't see it. I got to click it this way.
You really do have a super powerful mind. And when you learn how to sort of like tap into it. See that bending? There it goes.
I don't know, dude. That kind of looks like the magic trick. There's a magic trick. I don't know why there's so many people faking this. I don't think that's real, dude. And you see somebody doing it this way, that also is not real. That spoon was already bent. And you can just tell by the look on this guy's face, he's full of crap. Let's see if we can find any real ones. How a psychic fooled scientists. ... What's this guy? Hey, that looks real. Let's go check this one.
All right. Okay.
You should have went faster, dude. But I think you actually did it.
So obviously, I think there was some force involved, but when
it wasn't the best demo, but at least I think you were legit. What? I did not know Sean had a video on spoon bending. What the what? Man, that's a long video, but here, let's go check a little bit. I like Sean, and Man, I did not know he had this video out there.
If you're interested in learning how to bend metal with your mind or in the general topic of psychokinesis, then this video is for you. I'm really grateful to Teresa Bright from the IONS group in Portland. They're a great community group associated with the Institute of Noetic Sciences. They invited me to give a presentation via live.
Sorry, Sean. We're just going to watch about 5 minutes of your video.
Myself, so it's hard for me to create a positive, lucky stream of events for me. But somehow it still works out, so I survive in life. But I think that it could be, there's a book by Stephen Browdy called The Limits of Influence. Sacred use of PK is when you're using your ability, your intention, and your heart for the betterment of another human being. That's really great. But of course, even having a spoon bending party is for the betterment of humanity, because it shows people that we're capable of so much more than we might think we are. And that can change someone's perspective on life for the better. Okay, so do you feel ready to play? Okay, so I'm just going to show you one thing before we get started. I'm going to show you some examples, because seeing is believing, right? So here's an example of a spoon.
Real.
So this gives you an idea of what you can do. It's not just bending something in half, but you can, bend it all the way around. Or you could just, that's the most common form, which is perfectly fine to do. But I want you to notice that this is bent towards the middle, because a lot of people bend it here where it meets the bowl. And a lot of pseudo-skeptics think, oh, that's just because that's the thinnest part of the metal. But this isn't the thinnest part. And definitely someone in a group I led recently, it's all the way halfway through the stem of this fork that it bent for them. So it's not.
That's a good thick fork too.
Not always going to happen right here. This is a very thick spoon. You probably can't tell, but it's much harder than the others, but someone got a little bit of a bend there too. So just some examples that you can see. The way a fork or spoon bends for you is going to be unique to you. And all we're looking for is a little bit of a bend, and that's enough to show you that just let it go. Just let go of the whole project. And if you bend, just let everyone know, and everyone should cheer that person on. Did anyone get a second? A little bit? Okay, let's go. We got to celebrate it. We're going to celebrate every time.
It is such a good feeling when you do it. You're like, wow, okay, I can finally do a psychic ability. Sorry, Sean. Seems disrespectful to be skipping through your video here, but we only got a few minutes. Let's skip up here. Let's see. I love seeing people do psychic abilities for the first time. What a great feeling. Yeah, I never thought about that. Music might help people get distracted. I'm a musician, and music doesn't really put me in that empty state of mind. But if you have a hard time getting into the flow of things, music might be a good way to get you into a flow, get you out of your head, so to speak.
Energy, let it come down to your belly and your legs and all the way down to your feet on the earth. And continue feeling filled with that energy, that color inside of you and also at the top of your head. And now open your eyes and look at the spoon, especially the part where you want it to bend. So right between the stem and the bowl of the spoon or the base of the fork. So you're all looking at it. And when you eventually scream bend, I want you to send all your energy right at that spot. And we'll scream bend 3 times. And after that is when you'll test it. So get ready, build up your energy in your body, focus on where you want it to bend, look at it carefully. 3, 2, 1, bend, 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 bend. And then go ahead and crank on it. If it doesn't go, just let it go and relax.
Okay, a little different approach there. That's kind of a forcing it type thing that doesn't work well for me. but apparently it's working for some people. We'll see what results we get here, and then we'll mosey on. But I'd recommend going and watching this video. Sean's got some good tips, and I really didn't know this video was out here. Hour and 14 minutes about spoon bending. All right. That's totally cool, man. Thanks, Sean. I didn't know you made that
I've only
video.
seen that happen one time, but it was really significant. So she's sitting directly across from Bert, and her thing goes.
All right. Oh, there's old Yuri, which I have mixed emotions. I don't know. I think he might be psychic. He might not. Spin with my mind, my experience. It's real. How long is this video? All right, let's take a look at this. I don't know what this guy is. Hey, if you know of a good spoon bending video, post the link in the chat and we'll go check it out.
Cool. Yeah, so tell me about your spoon bending experiences at the Mulgrove.
This program was all about psychokinesis. It was to prove to yourself that mind affects matter. That's what it was for, that you can use your mind to affect and change physical matter. But the whole structure of the program was lots of exercises that are mind over matter exercises. So we had a load of stuff. We had, we were given plants at the start of the week. Little.
Okay, I don't think that's going to be a demonstration, but how to bend a spoon with your mind. I don't know. This guy kind of looks like a magic. It looks like I watched.
Say there's half a dozen different.
I don't think that's real. Well, maybe it was. Sorry if it is. Spoon bending 101, Jessica Swan. This is a simple spoon bending tutorial. All right, let's see what you got to say, Jessica. Whoa, look at that one all twisted up.
So this is
That is awesome.
a demonstration of spoon bending with commentary from the baby in the background. We've been playing with this spoon today all day. My 5-year-old daughter was able to bend it a little bit.
Jessica, that is an awesome bend. And what's on your hand?
I bent it a few times, and this is what my dad was able to do with it. When he bent the spoon, and he's recording the video for me right now, it got so hot that when he handed it to me, he burned my skin.
Yes, it's warm when you get done doing it. It's warm.
And both of us were quite amazed that that happened. So I'm going to
I have to say, that's probably the best one I've ever seen. That is really good.
show you what I do when I do the spoon bending.
Yes.
To give you that demonstration. And none of this is cut or anything. It's just recorded with my iPhone. So the first thing that I would do is just hold the spoon in my hand. The handle is the thinnest part of the metal, which is the easiest to manipulate. So that would be the easiest to focus on. And when you're holding it in your hand, you want to imagine your energy coming from your heart through your arms and into your spoon, like a conduit. And I ask the metal if it will bend for me. And it's not something of force. I don't force the spoon to bend. If I were to try, and you can see my lovely scrawny arms, if I try and force the spoon to bend, it's not going to bend. Or if I really force the spoon, I would snap the metal. So when you are holding the spoon in your hand and you're imagining your energy coming through it as a conduit, imagine it being like clay or like a rubber band that can just easily bend. And then in your mind, either you'll see the spoon bending or you'll, hold on just a second.
Okay, so she's using a little bit different techniques. She's giving thoughts and she's talking to the spoon and whatnot. But I always say there's no right or wrong way. So apparently this is working for her. So maybe this will work for you.
So you'll see the spoon bend, or you in your mind's eye, or you will have a sense that it's ready to bend, or it will tell you that it's ready. And when it is, immediately go with it. Feel how the spoon wants to bend. And it will only bend for a few seconds, so just do it quickly and don't doubt, don't hesitate. Okay.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, I bet that's iodine on her hand. I bet she got into some poison ivy or something. Go, Jessica, go. Go, Jessica, go. Go, Jessica, go. Go. I don't know why she's using that spoon that's already been bit 12 times, but hopefully she can do it. Come on here. How long is this going to take? That's probably the way people watch my videos. Skip through all the boring part, wait for the good stuff. Here she goes, right there. So that took her a good 2 minutes for her to know when it's ready. And look at her. Look at her. Looks like butter. Well, maybe not butter. Looks like aluminum. Yes.
So I just untwisted it from where it was before.
Good stuff.
It's not going to move anymore.
Yeah, your moment of
so that
your
was
window
about
is
1 minute
closed.
of time, and I felt the energy coming through my spine. I felt it pushing through, kind of pulsing through my hands. And then I asked, is it ready? And I heard a no. Is it ready yet? Almost. And then when I asked the third time, is it ready? The answer was yes. And I just started twisting, and then it moved. So there's your spoon.
Wow, good stuff. Let me thumb this video up, up and away. Come on, why can't I scroll down here? Get off of that. There we go. Let me give you a thumbs up. Thanks, Jessica. 32 subscribers. Come on. That was good. That was really good.
And I hope you all have fun playing. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go see her channel. Well, okay. Now let's stay on topic. I might check her channel out later though, because that was the real deal. That was good stuff. This guy is
an explanation of how you're going to bend your spoon or your fork.
I was going to say this guy's going to do an illusion. You can just tell he's a trickster. I don't know that we're going to find. Hey, that's a real spin. Let's see what this girl has to say. Oh, look at all these happy spoon benders. Mind over matter. 4,000 views. Uploaded 6 years ago. Zinka Caro. Okay, these are all just pictures. That looked like a real deal. You can tell. I mean, that little corkscrew thing, that's the telltale sign. What are you doing, girl? We got a lot of female spoon benders.
Caroline Rowland, and I'm the creator of an energy healing technique called
My
Nano
goodness,
Soma.
your video
In
is very
Sensei,
old.
I teach people how they can heal their concerns.
Here we go. Let's see it. Do it, girl. Do it, girl. Wait for that moment. Wait for the moment. You wait for the moment, and the moment is gone. Yep. And then it's going to get stiff, and you'll know you're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 4 turns. Good
that
job.
Was pretty good.
That is,
I think,
better than pretty good. That was really good. Good stuff. I've seen that video. Spoon bending 101. Learn how to spoon spins with the Southern Psyche.
Come on up to the spoons. Has anybody here ever been a spoon before?
No, I have not.
Okay, super fun. Out between your hands. Out between your hands into that spoon area. That's perfect. Kind of visualize how it's going to spin for you. It's going to make a curl. So one more breath and you'll be ready. When you're ready, you'll feel it, either in the spoon or in yourself, your intuition. Bend away. Make a curly cue.
You're not ready.
I couldn't do it.
You're ready.
Yeah. I bent it, just not curly cue.
Good. Hey, look at that. Did you get one? There you go.
That's a good one right there.
Like, stop.
Yes. Yeah, it's almost funny how soft it feels. Good job, person on the right.
Awesome.
That's a good one.
Anybody can bend a spoon.
That's a good one.
And if you're watching
That's a
this
good one.
and you had a little trouble, go
This girl
back to
failed.
where you're in a group.
That was sweet. Oh, looky there. There's old Trebor7 right there on the old video search. Spoon bending tutorial. Looks like a short. Tick, tick, tick. Anyway, I think that was pretty good. I don't think we're going to be able to top that Jessica gal. That was freaking awesome. Anyway, let's do one more. Let's see if this is legit. The 3-spooner. Cheeky, cheeky, chew. Cheeky, cheeky, chew. Maybe. All right, one more video. We'll check the chat, and then we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it.
Today we're
I thought I skipped to the good part. We want to go right to the good part.
All right.
All right. Here we go. First spoon. Sheepy doopy doo. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's legit, dude. Oh, I don't see how he's doing this. The timing is right for all 3 spoons at the same time. But it won't twist that easy if it's not doing a little something.
All 3 bent.
That's pretty good. All right. We're going to end on the hat trick there. 3 spoon bend. Maybe. Yeah, whatever. That's the trick. That's a trick. Yeah, I think we've probably seen enough. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was kind of fun. Get rid of that. Put this on. Shoot. We don't need the music. And we can probably skip past this part. All right, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. It was short and sweet, but I had a good turnout, man. I think probably because it's a weekend and more people are home or whatever, but I appreciate you guys watching, and I appreciate all you guys that are going to watch afterwards. That's the majority of my viewers are the people who watch afterwards. So a big thank you to you guys. But now for the cool people, the ones who watch this live, I'm going to go back and check your comments. We'll say our hellos and goodbyes, and that'll be the rest of that. Oh, where did I leave off? Great answer. That's where I left off. Okay. Kara Vogue says, I found your channel recently when I was somehow discovering the cloud. Oh, nope. We already read that one. Sorry. Yeah. Cloud busting. I got to keep the mental note of that. We might make a stream about that too. Do you visually see energy? I think we already did that one. Can you bring back the chi bowling with cards, please? Those were my favorites. It made me push a few cards a few years back. Bring it back as in re-upload it or start practicing again. I have like 0 spare time. I'm like, I'm so busy. But after harvest and stuff this winter, hopefully I'll have some time to get back into that sort of thing. And sure, I could do that one again. That was super fun to do. I like doing that. Can this be used to open a jar? Yeah, I think it can. I think you can use psychic abilities to achieve almost anything. Now, getting in the right frame of mind while you're holding the jelly jar might be a trick, but yeah, I think it can be. I mean, you can use psychic abilities to heal people, open jars, and lift cars. How's your hemp growing with Ormus going? I'm no longer growing hemp. I'm growing food now, but I still use Ormus, and it helps a lot. It's my secret weapon. I don't tell anybody at the farmer's market. Grown with Ormus. Have you gone extended periods of time with barely any practice, but still feel your abilities are just as strong? Yeah, no. Usually I kind of have to work back into it. I mean, it's kind of like riding a bike, but I got to say, when you practice and you push yourself and you stay after it, you will progressively get stronger and better. So yeah, it's probably like I couldn't jump into it right now and start doing many of the things that I've done on camera, moving cans and rocks and that sort of thing. I kind of had to work my way up to it, but the ability is always still there. Post in chat the link. To what? The link to what? I'm not sure which one. There's a link to my video in the video description, which I can't get to right now. But as you saw, if you search real spoon bending, that video will show up in the search. Actually, I think I might use telekinesis without meaning to. Sometimes I need to open a jar that's stuck, visualize my words as energy, say yield, and it opens easily. There you go. Yeah, I think people use psychic abilities and don't even know they're doing it. Shadow says, thanks. Well, thank you, and you're welcome. Put links in here to what? I'm not sure what you mean. Anyway, Ponderer. Have you used this technique to bend things larger than a spoon? Nope, not yet. But it is on my to-do list. She's really great. I'm going to sub to her. Yeah, are you talking about the spoon bender gal? Yeah, she was awesome. Really good. Great broadcast. Why? Thank you very much. In a world where people tune in to listen to Trebor7 be an idiot. Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. How do you contact you after the live stream? Robert@treborseven.com. You can email me at robert@treborseven.com. Zach says, thanks, Robert. Well, thank you, Zach, for being here. I really do appreciate it. I love seeing all the different techniques. Yeah, that's a great thing about psychic abilities. There's no one way to do it. And find a way that works, share it with the world. Maybe that'll work with some people. Not everyone. I don't know what that is. Schizophrenia? Okay. Like new videos, maybe? I know you had fun with that. Haha. Yeah. I hope to. I hope to very soon, man. When I get through with all this farming stuff, I've got a couple part-time jobs. I got sacredsupplements.com, and I'm a busy feller. Keep my yard mow, family happy. It's busy. Show us your garden sometime. Much love. Thanks for the live stream. Yeah, I've kind of showed some stuff on my channel. If you go back and see the effects of Ormus on plants, it's a video that's already on my channel. You can see my garden. I grow in a greenhouse. I mean, big greenhouse, like 4 100 by 12-foot beds. I produce a lot of food. It's not like a little backyard garden. It's a full-time job. All right, man, we had a good turnout. Lots of cool comments, lots of cool people, and I had a good time. Hopefully, next month I'll be back with my co-host, Mad Cat Sphere, and we'll go watch some of his cool videos. If not, we'll do something else. But I appreciate you guys being here. Let me make sure I got all the chats caught up. Yes. All right. In the meantime, take good care of your body. Follow your spirit and open your mind. There is magic inside. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for being here.